Strive Coaching Studio, guiding business leaders to meet the highest version of themselves. And now, here's Michelle, certified coach and founder of Strive Coaching Studio.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me on podcast number 14. This may have caught your attention, this title. If you are here, it's because you're already, I'm sure, an amazing leader. And the reason I say I'm sure you're an amazing leader is because the best leaders recognize that they want to continue to grow and they want to continue to improve themselves in order to have their best success, but also to help their team have their best success. So congrats and thanks for joining me. I'm, as you know, very passionate about talking about culture, about talking about people and creating the best leaders that we can create in our businesses and in our worlds. And I hope that whatever we learn in our business world, we can take in other aspects of the world and hopefully be an example of great leadership in all of the places we go. And the reason I'm segueing this way is because I want you to understand that whatever your goal is for your business, knowing that you are in a people business, no matter what kind of business you run, is key. And I'm going to tell you why. And it doesn't matter what your goal is for your business, no matter what your short-term or long-term goals look like for you, your future, and where you want to go, these tips are going to help you get there, whatever that is. I promise you. So whether it is that you're trying to scale or grow your business, the market is incredible right now for many different businesses. And it might be that you're trying to prepare your business and your team for the growth that's ahead, either this year or coming for next year. It could be that you're trying to reorganize some things in your company, either as a result of growth or as a result of significant change that a lot of businesses have seen over this past 12 months. Now, creating more freedom for yourself long-term or short-term is also a side benefit of these tips and what you have the capability of creating right here. So whether or not that's a goal for you in order to step away and get out of the day-to-day functions, or to build a team, or to allow yourself to do different things within your organization, these tips are going to allow you to get there. So whatever goal you have, this switch in perspective is the beginning for you. No matter what business you're in a people business. So you have all kinds of people in and around supporting your business, and they are all valuable. You have customers. We need them. You have likely suppliers or vendors or trades people who are providing you some type of materials or resources that allow your business to function. And that is people. There are other business partners that are probably ancillary to your business, and they may or may not be exclusive to your particular company. Maybe they're actually loyal to multiple companies that are even competing with what you offer. So those business partners are tremendously valuable people. And then you probably have or may be considering in the future having investors or bankers. And that's important people and businesses that you need to create those relationships with over time as well, because they offer tremendous value to your business. No matter what kind of widget you produce or build or create, no matter what you sell, or if you manage something or develop something, you in your role as a business owner or a leader are in the people business. And the people who are the most valuable to you and your business are your associates, your team. You have an investment in your associates, and they have a tremendous investment in you. They have their time invested in you, their energy. They have skills and experiences that they've honed over many years that they are now investing into your business for you, for themselves, and for you. Their financial ability is tied and invested within your company. Their emotions are attached and invested into your company. Their future and their family's futures are a great portion of their lives and are invested in your company, in your business, in you. So important for you to recognize that as we go through it, because when in doubt, always go back to that. You can't go wrong if you're taking care of your people. So let's break out the roles of where everybody is, just to give some clarity. So as the associates on your team, their job is to be qualified, skilled, possibly experienced, and very focused on fulfilling their responsibilities to the company to ensure the other necessary and valuable people that I've just mentioned, that list I just went through, that are associated with your business, have and are being properly served and satisfied. So their jobs, the associates who work for you have a job, and their jobs include taking care of the other people, the customers. That includes the product, the service, the experience the customer has, the quality of the experience and the product and service, and the long-term relationship being fostered and developed for future business. Then you have vendors and suppliers, and that requires maintenance to ensure that there is a quality relationship being built so that you have the best terms and the best pricing. Paying them on time and making sure they are paid accurately is an important aspect of taking care of your vendors and your suppliers to ensure a long-term relationship with them. The quality of the materials that are offered is someone's job to ensure that that is what is occurring, that you're buying the best quality you can for the best value for your money. Somebody's job is to ensure that is happening with amongst people. You have the investors. The quality of that relationship is so imperative, and it's someone's job within your company. It's their responsibility to ensure that that relationship is developed and respected and has longevity. Educating the investor, explaining the business's successes, and being able to educate them and help them understand what the business has done, where it's going, and why, that is somebody's responsibility, and it is tremendously critical to the long-term longevity of the company. Then you, of course, have the business partners that I mentioned earlier, and developing those relationships is critical. And it's very possibly a part of someone's job to educate those business partners, inspire them, possibly. Maybe there are rewards and incentives that need to be put into place to maintain relationships with these business partners, particularly if they are working together with other companies that offer your product or service. So in other words, it is your associates, your team's job to run the day-to-day of the operations of the business and make sure it's done well. Then you have a manager. Now that manager may or may not be you, and it may be in some cases and not in others. Maybe you have certain managers who manage aspects of the business and you are the manager of other aspects of the business. Doesn't matter. A manager's job is to ensure that the business's objectives are being performed and carried out. So they are in the business, analyzing the success of the business, counting the beans, looking at the reports on a regular frequency, and ensuring that the operations of the business are being carried out to meet its objectives and the business plans. That's a manager's job, to do the things, pull the levers, push the buttons that are required in order for the business to run smoothly and properly to meet its objectives. So while you as the business owner or the leader in your business may find yourself involved in some of these aspects at times, and possibly more involved in certain areas where your skill set is necessary, and depending on the size of your company or business, it's important that you know, whether it's possible now or a goal of your company in the near future, that it's likely that in order for you to get where you want to go, you probably need to recognize that the big difference here is truly understanding that your main role and responsibility is to oversee that these responsibilities and relationships are being managed and handled properly. As the owner or the leader, it was your vision, your creation, your passion, motivation, and your goal, and you took on the risk in setting the creation and the plan into motion. And it can always continue to be your role to be that person for your organization. And while you may need to teach or train or correct or adjust or get involved in the day-to-day as needed to ensure that they and the process is being managed properly, your job is to hold your associates responsible for the ultimate day-to-day management and likely the oversight of them. So, what is your role as the leader, as the business owner? What ultimately is your role? Well, your role is to build relationships, develop others, service the needs of, and offer quality and value to your team, to your associates, to your company at the level that it deems appropriate. And with those that it's necessary, specifically your direct reports or your leadership team. That's specifically whom I'm referring to, but you can expand that list to whomever you wish within your company, wherever you see fit. But your responsibility as the owner and leader requires you to be skilled in doing all of it and much more. This is not your only role in the job, of course, but you need to explore and practice and utilize all the skills you have that you've probably already used very successfully in your business with all of the people I've already mentioned. You may have already been customer facing. You may have been the one involved with your vendors and your suppliers and your trade partners. You may have been the one involved with your investors and selling them. And you may be the one who has dealt with your ancillary business partners to develop those relationships. There is nothing wrong with having used that as your basis and foundation to get your business started and grow your business throughout time. And you may still need to be doing that right now, depending on the size. But in order to go to next levels, either pulling yourself out or growing more, it's important for you to recognize how you can begin to take the skills that you've already used so successfully in any or all of those other categories with those other people and start to now shift and apply them to your own team. Invest yourself, your skills, and your experience within the people in your organization to maximize all that you've learned and all that you've done and help grow the company even more. When you decide to make it your job to get involved in the day-to-day, or insert yourself into areas that are within the categories of their responsibilities, it's worth asking yourself the question as to what's motivating you to take that action. Are you trying to fix something? Is there something really wrong here or going off track that requires you to jump in and fix it, change it, address it, re-corral somebody? Is your goal to teach? Are you jumping in because you want to show somebody how it needs to be done correctly? Is your goal to stay involved in something that you don't trust is being done correctly? Or because you enjoy it and you're having a hard time letting it go because that's the part that you know you're really good at? So what are the reasons that you are inserting yourself? So worth asking that question. Because as a leader, what you are signing up for by having employees underneath you, by bringing them into your organization and making them a part of your company, is that you signed up for so much more than just that. That's what I want you to challenge yourself on today. How can you look at these situations in a new way to explore different ways to develop and empower your people? Here's one. Question number one. Where is the opportunity to teach or delegate rather than micromanage? Give that one some thought. Number two, where is the opportunity to watch someone else's way of executing that decision and possibly learn from them? Number three, can you begin to understand more intricate aspects of the way your business works by observing curiously rather than interjecting? In other words, Will you notice and pick up on some pieces and parts of the way things are being done that you maybe didn't realize were being done that way? What can you gain? What can you start understanding that's deep down in the details rather than the high level that you've maybe spent a lot of your time in? And number 4, are there ways to create even better possibilities by merging the ideas of yours and theirs together, or expanding from all of them and making something that's even more improved, more efficient, that's even better than what either of you had been doing before? And number 5, how do you want to define yourself as a leader of a strong team? What will encourage your team to become stronger and stronger over time for you and for your business's success? When we make the choice to interject ourselves, we will be choosing to deny ourselves so much possibility in areas where we can gain, where our business can gain, where our employees can gain. I've found that we've had many opportunities that arise throughout a day, a week, or a month that allow us the chances to make a decision about the role we want to choose to play. We can use all of these opportunities to become more curious about how things are really being done, to be inspired by the talent of those around us, who we brought in, by the way, to grow the others that we have to their next levels, and then allow ourselves to create a new expansive vision for where we want to take our company and our teams as a result. So many great things can come from opportunities such as these. I try to take full advantage of them when they come. You will always be the necessary visionary for your company. The more great information you can take in, the better ability you have to do it. I hope this helps you set the tone for where you want to take it and where you want to go. Now listen, only you know what's best as to what kind of leader you want to be and what type of environment you want to create in your organization. There are no right or wrong ways of doing things. I love sharing my ideas, and I love telling you what's worked for me and what's not worked well for me. Whatever choices you decide you want to implement for yourself, I want you to check us out further. I want to invite you to visit our process. We have the step-by-step. We have many processes outlined. We have so many resources and tools for you at our disposal for your reference. But most importantly, you will have access to us for the details, the obstacles and challenges that arise that want to prevent you from getting where you want to go. When you're busy, it can be more challenging to stay on course when the challenges show themselves, and we can help you stay on track to really get there. 90 days is all it takes to getting results. We have got you covered. So come check us out at strivecoachingstudio.com, and I will see you next time.
Thanks for listening. For more great tips, visit us on strivecoachingstudio.com.